Well, I remember we used to have to, we had a, as you went in, we had a long, what you call a long lobby.
Yeah.
On that side of the road, they had the long lobbies, but on the other side was only the small. So when the coal man used to come, because we used to let him in.
Yeah.
And then as you went through, there was a door there, and as you opened the door, this coal cellar was under your stairs. So we used to tip the bags. And my mother used to shout, count them bloody bags, count the bags of coal. She used to say, count them, count them. So we had to stand there with this horse and cart then, and we had to count the bags of coal as they went.
Oh. You mentioned Power Road as well.
Yeah, I moved to Power Road must have been about 1961, something like that.
Did you get married from the estate?
No.
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 You left the estate and then came
Oh
back.
yeah, I got evacuated.
Where did you go to be evacuated?
We went to Llandinham in Wales.
Oh.
Yeah.
What was that like?
It was all right because I got to stay with my sister, my younger sister, and my other brothers and sisters came with us. But the elder sister, she was a bit old. She got a job there, so she used to come and see us and take us to the village hall. And my mum used to come now and again to see us.
Well, that was ideal. Your mum could come.
Well, we thought we were miles away, but now you're old and you think, Wales, I could have got a bus and come home. You know? But she didn't like me very much, the lady in Wales.
Oh.
Because I had a habit, when I took my shoe off, I'd standing on the backs of the heels. And she sent a pair to my mother because she got fed up.
Fed up with it? Oh.
But when we lived in Courtney Road, my dad worked on the coal. He had his horse and cart. And then he went to Bromley Dock.
Have you got any idea when your mum and dad moved into Courtney Road?
My sister's 87, so she was born there.
It figured
and my
out.
brother and John, I think they were all born there.
So it figured out that your mum and dad must have moved in just as they were built.
I think she paid 13 and 6 rent. I would remember telling me that.
I don't even know how to write that. 13.
1 and 3 stroke 6. And it was funny because I went in the chippy, I think they used to call it Cliffs, I don't know if it's still there. And I went in there after all them years, and this Cliff we used to call, and he said, "You're Betty Jones, aren't you?" And I thought, God, that's some years, you know. And I said, "How do you know?" "No, those brown eyes everywhere," he said. He said, "It's the Joneses' eyes," because my mum had 9 of us, not one of them had my dad's blue eyes. We all had.
Yeah. So how long did you stay for, all in all? How many years were you on the estate?
Well, of course, I was born here. I came back in 61, and I think I moved in, Jeff, 69, I think, because I don't remember how Jeff was 2 when we moved to Bedford Avenue.
Bedford Avenue, yeah.
We moved to Bedford Avenue because it's a bigger house.
Yeah.
But when, I don't know if they still do it, but because I had all boys, I didn't come priority on the housing. It was a Miss Crooks. Miss Crooks was in charge of the housing when I was there. But because I had all the one sex, if I can say that word, I didn't qualify. And my twins were born. I had twins. The twins were born in Power Road. It was good, really, to be honest, because it wasn't like now. We didn't have computers and all this business. We used to have to go out on the street and play, so everybody knew everyone. We used to say, are you coming out, or is your so-and-so coming out? Remember, when you used to have the lads, they had to shout at the gate. They weren't allowed to come to the house. They used to shout. You say, "Go and tell your dad." You say, "They're shouting for you, I bet." You know, I'm going, "Oh, I don't know." Don't be shouting at me. But it was a friendly community because, as I said, you knew people.
About a cup of sugar.
Oh, that was funny. When I lived in Power Road, you used to have to put a shilling. I'm giving you age away. Well, you know my age. You used to have to put a shilling in the meter, you see. And all I remember this day, all I had, she wouldn't remember 2 years, was the old money. I only had 10 halfpenny. So I think I needed another 3 halfpence to make this shilling for the meter. So I said to one of the kids, "Go over the road to Lily and Cawthorpe Road and ask her, can she lend me 3 halfpence and she'll give you a shilling for it." She said, I forgot all about it, she did. He brought his exercise book home from school one day, and there it was. My mum sent me over the road and asked her I got a shilling for this woman's mitter.
I was I remember with kids, and you know everybody, wherever you went. You know, you could go around the houses, so no, he's been sent to bed, you can't play out. You know,
I think that's what you miss
you
now,
had to behave yourself, which you had your Sunday best on. That was it then.
I used to go to Hope Hall Sunday School. I think that's still there now then. Hope Hall. In New Ferry. Yeah. You know, with the post office. But that used to be we used to call them the corporation buses.
Yeah.
That's the bus depot, and what pub is it? Farmer's Arms.
Yeah.
But when you turn around that way to go that way,
Yeah.
past that was Hope Hall Sunday School. But that's there at the corner was the cafe, and as you come out this way, as you come out this way, there used to be a big wall there, like a field.
I know that fella used to come out trying to trip us
And
up.
we used to call it, I don't know where you get them from, we used to call them Fatty Arbottle. Jackie Hughes used to be our rag and bone man, didn't he? Used to
Yeah,
get
What's his
Goldfish.
name, Beth? Sorry. What was the rag and bowman's name?
Jackie Hughes. He's dead now.
Goldfish.
We used to get a goldfish or a little stick with a little bird on it swimming around
Yeah.
the bird just go
Yeah.
and we had a fluke man come around.
With the fish.
The fish.
Oh, fish.
Oh
On
yeah.
a car, 2-wheel car.
You used to have to go out and take a plate out and get 5 flukes for a bob.
Yeah.
The flukes. They were lovely because he'd just come straight from the sea.
Safe from thingy, didn't he?
So my mum used to have to soak them and clean them in the bowl. My mate's sister used to go out with the Yanks when the Yanks were on the estate. And not me, love, I was only this like this, but she used to work in the factory and we used to have to go and meet her off the bus while she did her hair because she didn't want to see me. Oh, and my sister when I'm back and forth.
No, it's all right.
My sister when we lived on the estate, she worked in the ammunitions factory at Hooton.
Oh, my nan worked there as well.
Yeah, Chelsea.
No, that was our dot.
Yeah.
But Elsie and Emily, my eldest sisters, they were in the WAPs in the war. They call them the WAPs.
Does your dad have his own horse and cars?
No, he worked for the co-op. They used to have their stables in, I don't know if it's still there, the big, Grange Road, and there used to be big boots. By the boat, well, there's a little street, isn't it? They used to have the stables there because we used to go and feed the horse. My uncle used to feed the horses, throw the bales of hay down
Oh, right.
to the shire horses.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
And we used to do the Maid Queens when I lived when I was a kid here.
Have you did May Queen?
Yeah, my mum used to make them out of, I don't think you still get it, that crepe paper. Crepe. She used to make all the dresses and dress my dad's horse up.
Oh.
We used to go May Queen. And we had free school meals. That was very embarrassing when we used to go for school meals when I was a kid. Well, when you used to go to the school, I don't know how it would work now, but when I used to go, when we was kids, the teacher used to shout, and all them on free school meals put their hands up, you know,
Yeah.
so you felt awful. And in the school holidays, we went to somewhere by, what's that?
Like the rock station.
Yeah, they used to
Did lunch
school
and
there just for those on free school meals.
Did you wear luncheon club
Or
there
whose
now?
dad, they'd shout, whose dad works on the docks, and we were like this. Oh, you're free dinners then, are you? And you felt so. Well, I think with the war being on and things like that, and if people still, some of them maybe still on rations, I don't know, but we got free. Or my dad worked on the docks. Because I always remember him shouting, his dad works on the docks. And I don't know, because they were always on strike, didn't they? They used to say about the daffodils, one out the whole house for the dockers. Oh yeah, you used to have your ration books. That was funny, the ration. But dried milk we had, and pounded eggs. And
Honey,
like
the milk.
plum. And the kids had the dried milk and all the national dried milk. And when my dad was working on the docks when we lived here, she used to get a bit of newspaper, my mum, like that, and she'd put a bit of tea in, make a little hole in the tea. She'd put the conioni milk in there, and the big slug, wrap that up, and that was his brew in his can when he got to the docks. His cup of tea. And the big ovens, when we had the big grates, she used to put the food and keep stuff in there. They were smashing. And when I moved back to Power Road, strange enough, there was one in there. There was one in there. But the sad was when it did break, I don't know, you remember that car, but there was one in there because we used to have to clean the do the fender, like the fender with the 2 seats on the end.
Yeah.
We used to have to clean the fireplace, the bloody ashes off there, clean this big fender before we could go out. And then the coal man used to come make it twice as bad because he used to dump the...
Oh.
And the bread man used to come, he had his horse and cart. Yeah. But that fireplace was definitely Power Road. I must have moved back into Power Road about 1961, something like that. And there was one in there. But we were disappointed because it broke and they couldn't. And the bedrooms all had fires in and all on Courtney Road.
Yeah.
It was more like a little iron stool with 4 legs on. It used to just sit there. We had them in the bedrooms. They were smashing because you used to put potato peelings and tea bags and well, you had to in the war. You got nothing else, had you?
You burnt all your rubbish basically, wouldn't
Yeah.
you?
Yeah.
And it was the best way to do
And if
it.
you backed it up, my mum used to back it up with potato peelings
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
tea bag. And if you were lucky, it was still smouldering. Mace on, they bought them all-night burner things out. But we used to have the in the bedrooms.
Used to last till in the morning.
And my brother used to breed budgies in his bedroom.
Oh.
On Courtney Road. I told you, at the top of the stairs, when you get into the, it was like a box, I don't know what they're like now, but at the top of the stairs you'd have the two main rooms, but then you had this like box room, I'd call it.
Yeah.
And where the top of your stairs came was that they covered it, made it then like a cupboard top.
Yeah.
As you
in
came
the
in the house,
houses now.
when you like,
Yeah.
if I remember when we lived in Courtney, you came in that way, your stairs, so we had the long lobby because they didn't all have long lobbies.
No, it's
but
like
we were made up because you could put your bike there or your pram there.
See, I'm in the long lobby out, so are you in the long
Yeah.
lobby?
But so
our
do-
Haley's in the short.
Oh, you still like that? Yeah. Well, as
Still
you
like
came
that.
in, you used to have the stairs. And say, under your stairs, we used to dump it open there and put the coal in there. We used to hide when the red man knocked. Rent spent, it's true saying that, you know, rent spent. We used to have the
walk
coal
the
there.
The red man's at such and such.
Hey, that was funny.
Okay.
When I lived, I shouldn't tell you this, but when we
cold.
lived in Power
Everybody
Road,
know.
when you put your money in the things, we used to love the lecky man coming because you got your rebate back and your gas. But I put a foreign coin in, do you remember when I was a kid?
Yeah, how deeply?
And it got
Now?
stuck. Oh God, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? So I was petrified because only when I first got in, and I thought, oh, I'll have to ring them up and tell them that the meter's broke, there's something jammed in it. So I don't remember, but anyway, when he came, I hid. Because, as I say, they were your stairs. Then the coal bunker used to be there, and then you went out, there was a door there, and you went out that back door. And I was hiding in there, you see. So when the fella come, he said, my mum's not in, she's told you to tell you that there's something stuff because your gas meter and your electric meter were under the, that were covered under the stairs.
Still there.
Useless way down here.
Still there.
Oh, we haven't gone very far in all them years then. And they were saying,
The rebate,
and, oh, I love the rebate coming like that.
They're yours.
Oh yeah, you got all your farm on, but this would take the time. He said, my mum's not in, she couldn't wait any longer. She's gone to the shop, but she's told you that, you know what. So anyway, he fiddled around, gave him back, and as he was going, he said, it's all right, love, you can come out now, I'm not going to shout at you, but don't do it again. I'm trying to shout, he's gone now. You used to love them because you used to get the rebate, you see. But like Carl said, if there's any foreign coins in there,
They're yours.
you can have them, he said. Some of them weren't though, they did get you a little bit of gas on them. That's how it was on this, it was a road when I lived there, and they used to turn the gas meters up on a stool and everything, stop the clock going. But once I come back down with the gas in the room,
I'm changed now.
I tell you what was really
Put it
funny.
underneath the meter.
I can't because I don't know any of your neighbours, and it's not to do with your neighbours now. But when you knew the gasman was in the street, you'd hear. And then he'd go and then you'd hear. And then she'd go and you'd go. Knocking on the wall, letting everybody know the middle.
Going up the
He's in the
street.
estate.